So here we are, back in Ipswich to refilm the introduction.
Refilm? Why are we refilming?
See, did you see? This is why. This was the first thing we filmed. And I was a little excited, too excited for the introduction, and I kept interrupting someone.
Me.
So we're back a couple months later before we launch the vlog for Ipswich to refilm the introduction, and I promised not to interrupt him once.
So here we go. Hello everybody, welcome to Ipswich, Massachusetts. This is a very famous and very historic town. It is known for, one of the most famous things it's known for is a very, very old famous bridge.
Beautiful old stone bridge.
Beautiful bridge. It's got maybe the best clams in the world, and there's a reason why.
Oh, succulent, the most succulent, beautiful, sweet clams, and yes, and we'll share with you why they are like that.
And we'll share some clams with you as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Right,
And this was also home to a very famous American author who wrote many stories, one which was based upon the sexual exploits of several characters in this town that were supposedly fictional, but weren't fictional, and raised quite a scandal in this sweet little town of Ipswich.
So we're going to start with you all with a walking tour, and then of course we're going to finish off where?
At a brewery.
Okay guys, join us.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Welcome to Ipswich. This was incorporated into a town in 1634. As of the 2020 census, the population was 13,785. Now we're going to take you on a nice little downtown walk, give you a feel for this lovely town, while Ben sniffs everything. Yeah, we'll catch up with you, Ross. Ben, we have to look both ways. Here, Ben, back here, please. Let's go. Good boy. Good boy. This is a great bottle shop. They've got a lot of local beer here. They carry the local brewery, True North, and Ipswich Ale. Those are the two local breweries here in Ipswich, which of course we would know about.
If there's
we have
beer,
to know about the breweries. Might not be able to tell you a whole lot else, but we can tell you about the breweries.
Memorial Hall across the way.
Ben likes Ipswich. This lovely little town was mostly a farming and fishing village. Pretty much any coastal town you find in New England was based on fishing, but this had a lovely farming industry as well, and still does. Ross and Ross Law Offices. Ross?
Oh, well, we got to go look at the Ross and Ross Law Offices because, you know.
Because we got it.
Promise, I'm not a lawyer there.
Not only can you come to Ipswich for their wonderful clam bellies, but they also have a Choate Fest.
Now we're going to take a quick trip down here, folks, and there's a good reason why. Because this will give us a view of what Ipswich is most known for. And that is this incredible bridge. Now we're going to cross it in a minute, but this gives us a good view of the bridge.
This is the Choate Street Bridge. This is the oldest surviving bridge in America. It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1972. It's the oldest surviving double stone arch bridge in the United States and throughout North America. And it was named after Colonel John Choate, who oversaw the building process. And I apologize if this is a mispronunciation of Choate or Choate. But what's funny about the Colonel is that he wasn't sure if it was going to stand up to when they tested it. So rumor has it that he was ready to flee on horseback if the bridge didn't make it. But it made it.
And it's still here. Okay. We will continue the tour up this way.
Hi.
How are you?
I believe we failed to mention with the Choate Street Bridge that it was built in 1764.
So it's been there a while. The local watering hole. And then we're going to pop in there after and have ourselves a drink.
Absolutely. Have some local water at the local watering hole. Now we're going to walk over this beautiful bridge, which is seeing just a touch of foot traffic and otherwise.
There's a lot of cheese.
He's listening to something about cheese.
I've noticed that. There's a lot of cheese he's talking.
That's an interesting horse carrier.
Wonderful number of local stores, local businesses, and we always encourage you. Whatever you do, you speak Guten Tag. Guten Tag! You shop at local businesses when you're around Wheatland, because the amount of mom and pop stores is really just fantastic.
Travels with Ben.
Travels with Ben.
Coming up on the Hall Haskell House on the left. That is another place listed on the National Register of Historic Places in cut. Coming up on the Hall Haskell on the left, Hall Haskell House. This is one of the 31 places of Ipswich listed on the National Register of Historic Places. That's a good amount for a small town. Wildflowers are
Here at the
bloom.
downtown Riverwalk.
Pretty little
Ipswich.
area. So nice to see so much vibrant color after winter. There is another part of the Ipswich River which is extremely still and boasts some of the best kayaking for beginners or anybody of any experience who just wants a calm ride. I wouldn't suggest it here. But down further on the river, very, very calm area for kayaking. Benny, honey. Good boy. on, buddy.
This mural you're seeing here, which is one of the centerpieces of downtown Ipswich, tells the story and the past of this beautiful town. So if you come to Ipswich, highly recommend you stop by and look at the work this artist has done.
It gives you all the talking points for the history. Wow. Nice. Painted by local artist Alan Purcell in 2005 to 2007. Commissioned by EBSCO Publishing for the town of Ipswich. The prison, they said, is said to be haunted. The dank dungeon housed pirates, accused witches, and British soldiers. Another view of the Choate Bridge.
We hope you enjoyed the walk through downtown Ipswich.
We're not done yet. We got the Pièce de la Résistance coming up.
We do, but this is
We'll be back for the end.
we will be back for the end, but that is the walk through the town.
Where I am standing next to this plaque is pretty significant because John Updike, the famous author, moved here in 1957 with his family and resided here for 17 years at the Polydole House. But here, above what is now the Choate Bridge pub, he had his office. And in that office, he wrote countless stories. Come here, buddy. One of them was called Couples. And it was a story he wrote in 1968. And he used the sexual exploits of the people in his town as quote unquote fictional characters of a different town in Massachusetts as his story content. And it caused quite a scandal here and a lot of resentment. But I don't think Updike lost any sleep because it was on the bestseller list for over 6 months. He also wrote countless stories out of a fictional town called Tarbox, Massachusetts, that just happened to coincide with many facts of this lovely town of Ipswich, including being founded in 1634, having a street with 3 banks and a Woolworths, and countless other things that were just a little too much to be a coincidence of being a fictional town. We're in Ipswich, Massachusetts, and we are headed to the famous Clam Box for lunch. But they only have a seasonal liquor license, and it is off-season right now for them. So they sent us down the street here to the Ipswich Bottle Shop, where they said they got some great local beer and wine and great craft soda too. So we're gonna go check it out and get something to have with our lunch.
They have a great selection here
They do,
of beer.
And if you want beer to go, they've got a warehouse with the room temperature beer that you don't have to hurry up and put in your fridge. And then they've got a bunch of singles here, you know, if you just want a single one, or they've got some great 4-packs too.
All right.
We're gonna go for Mayflower. Love
and wrestling, it says. And it's a brewery in Plymouth, Mass. And it says, Love and Wrestling Brewster were among the youngest to sail in the Mayflower and settle in the Plymouth colony. So we're drinking historic beer.
Let's do it.
A beer with some sort of history. Any excuse to drink a good beer.
Especially a historical beer.
We're now at the Clam Box in Ipswich, Massachusetts. This place is famous for its whole belly fried clams, which come right out of Ipswich mud flats. A lot of people think they are the most sweet, succulent, tender clams in the world. We tend to agree. We haven't tried all the clams out there in the world, but from what we have tried, you can't beat these. So we're gonna go in this wonderful place and get some fried clam bellies.
All right, guys, here they are, whole belly clams from the Clam Box. Guys, this is the best you're gonna find in our personal opinion. What's amazing is they change the oil twice a day. Twice a day. A lot of places don't change it at all, they change it twice a day. Dip it in the old, little bit of tartar sauce here. They're insanely delicious. Look at the lightness, the light bright. You can tell it's good because it doesn't have that brown, dark brown coating on it. It's just lightly coated. You can even eat these without tartar sauce. They're so good. And you gotta get some, guys. They're famous for their onion rings. Again, fried in oil, very lightly done. A little bit of this. Ketchup goes well. Great beer. Wonderful hazy beer. Fantastic. Ben would like some. You want some beer or you want some water? Thank you so much. Guys, you gotta come to Clam Box. It's the best there is.
What they say makes Ipswich clams different and better than any other clams elsewhere is that these beauties come out of mud flats, not sand flats. And because of that, they have a different mineral content. The water is saltier, and there is a different fluctuation in the ocean current. And they swear that is what makes these babies so tender and succulent and sweet.
And these guys get the first pick of the clams. So, hard to top it.
If you've been here since 1935, you get
know
to pick
what
of the
you're
litter.
doing, and you get the pick of the litter.
Are we on?
What? Are we on?
Are we on?
We're on.
Yep.
We're on.
Who's on first?
Hey, now we're in the sun.
Hi guys.
Hello, everybody.
Shocking. We're at a brewery. To be specific, Ipswich Ale Brewery.
This is an old brewery. They've been around since 1991, and it's a beautiful brewery. As you can see, we're going to show you inside a little bit here. You can see the beautiful
old brick building.
Fantastic stuff. They grow their own hops, which is right next door. So that the whole office, I think, and the entire brewery, I think, is right next door.
Yep.
And we, of course, have a flight of beers, so let's try it.
Sure.
The first one is the classic. This is the Pale Ale.
We both got the same flight.
Oh, that's nice.
That's great. Nice and
Real
smooth,
nice and
easy
smooth.
drinking.
A little hop.
Yeah,
bite,
a little
but
hoppy.
Nothing too crazy.
A few lager fans, that's good. That's a good choice.
Excellent. Can't go wrong
Okay,
with that.
this is hazy. This is looking good. What is this, honey?
This is the Sound System New England IPA.
Oh, that's nice. Really easy
nice?
drinking, citrusy,
Let me see here.
not too heavy. Perfect summer beer. Got grapefruit
nice.
notes.
That's fantastic. Oh yeah.
Very
that's great.
refreshing.
Yeah. Now number
All right,
three.
what's number three?
1620 New England IPA.
Looks
This
like a
is
double.
This is a hazy. This is...
Oh, it's really, oh, that's
No,
yummy.
that's a 6.8.
Oh, I didn't
6.9. So this is cheap. Hey, hey, hey. I'm gonna try it too. Let's see.
It's really yummy. It's more complex. You can see kind of the difference here in the color. Maybe you can see it in the camera.
Oh, that's really good.
That's wonderful.
Wow, that's fantastic.
It's got more pineapple notes to it, like a little more tropical, which is right up my alley.
All right, that's really good. Now this is up my alley because this is a West Coast style hop
West
forward IPA. Let's try this. There we go.
Wow, that's nicely
That's great.
done.
That's really good.
I'm not much of a West Coast fan, but I love the way they do West Coast
I
IPAs
mean, it
on the
says
East
hop,
Coast.
hop forward, but it doesn't taste really hop forward to me. It tastes
No.
like well balanced.
So,
So let's raise our glass.
raise our glass. Cheers to Ipswich.
Cheers to Ipswich.
We only scratched the surface of this beautiful little town that's got a big heart.
Patriotic as you can imagine, as you saw the drive through, the flag is everywhere. Tomorrow is
a D-Day parade, the 80th anniversary, and they're having a big shebang here, and we wish we could come tomorrow and film it.
we didn't know. We apologize, Ipswich, but it looks like it's going to be a great time. So
Yeah.
if you have a chance next year, if they do it every year, we'll find out. We'll let you know down
We'll
below.
share it
We'll
with
tell
you.
you.
And we'll be here for it next
We
year.
will be here.
So cheers to a little town with a big heart and a big history.
Here's to you, Ipswich.